Okay, third part of the video. I do apologize it's taking a minute. I didn't realize it was going to take this long, but if you're still sitting here by this third video, thank you. I appreciate it. The more views and stuff I can get, the more my stuff will pop up for other people as well. This is Delicious Food by Jade Summer. It was some of the books I had bought in 2021, back when I was using colored pencils a lot. So I was trying to learn how to color. I had a Crayola pencils that were really bad. I was not a fan whatsoever of them. And when I color food and different things, I try to get the coloring correct. Being a cook outside of coloring, because I cook all the time, it's a form of art to me, and I just want it to be perfect. So, anyway. So these are the books that Jade Summer was doing, where they put 2 of each in the book. So here is when I started coloring again, not this one, but I started doing the Ohulu markers, and I just wanted to finish this book because I noticed the second half of the book had some in pencil and some were blank. So I wanted to finish the book because it had been sitting on my shelf forever and ever. See, there's another one I did with pencils. I think I got a better set of pencils at this point. I think it was Castle, I think. But I was just wanting to finish this book. As much as I love coloring food, I was really disappointed in all the ones I did in pencil. So that was just my way of rushing to get it done. Because as you can see, there was very few pictures left that are in marker that would have been left in the book. And I just wanted to get it done and over with. As much as I love to color food. So anyway, that's that one. Vampire Romance is one that the binding really sucked on. Again, Jade Summer, and this one was like a storybook. So I went ahead and colored all the pictures based on the characters in the book. I kept her hair the same, her eyes the same. Same with Mr. Vampire. I tried to keep him the same throughout the book. I tried to give her some rosy cheeks to make it look like, you know, she's alive, she's human. This part where, you know, he had to save her, having dinner together, her pet wolf. I'm trying to quickly flip this for you guys. So they get married, he bites her, and I made it kind of look like the blood's draining from her skin. She becomes a vampire. They start living life, attending parties, and then we got some bounty hunters that come in and interrupt their walk home. Turns out Mr. Vampire gets stabbed, and she goes and she saves him, and they live happily ever after. So that was a fun book. I wish they would have done a second one of that, because they could have had a kid or something. This is Southern Lotus. This is one of the very first books I finished of theirs. Adorable cats. I was still learning to chase ink at this point. This is about a year after, or a year and a half after I had gotten my Ohulu markers. I didn't color the cats the colors they're supposed to be. I thought it'd be fun just to color them funky colors. There's some I kept normal colored. And then I started coloring some of them and just kept them white. I do like how Southern Lotus does this on the backs of their pages, because it's kind of fun after you color a page. You can kind of see colors. I don't know if they still do that. I quit buying their books because they started coming out with nothing that I wanted to color, and I've had so many books, so I just quit buying from them, because I think I only have maybe 8 or 9 of their books. This book is Kawaii Girls, 100 pages, 4 books in one. I'm trying to remember. I think there was Kawaii Fairies, Kawaii Horror. I can't remember which that one was, if it was Kawaii Girls and then Kawaii Christmas. But I have all these books again in their single issues with 2 pictures of each. So yeah. This one I think I had finished in 2023. Starting from back to front with the Christmas, because I colored that during Christmas. In the month before Christmas. I was working on some of it. And then Kawaii Horror, I was still coloring some of that during Christmas month. And some, as you can see, I had finished with pencil. I lost that page, but it was some years prior I had bought it, and I was doing some in pencil. But I think it was only a few pages. Yeah, like that one's pencil. That was back when I did water-based markers. But I was just randomly coloring pictures here and there. I never really stuck to a coloring book. Yeah, that one was pencil, and it was back in 2022. So during that time, I really never stuck to an actual book. I was just jumping all over the place to what I wanted to color at that present moment. But they were a lot of fun. Again, I wish Jade Summer would go back to this style. I know a lot of people miss it because they were so unique. Again, these were all pencil, and those were all back from 2021. Okay. Now we're down to the last 6 books. This one's not for the faint of heart. There's swearing in it. Because this was Swearing Little Cat from Coco Waiko. I was learning to chase ink again. This was back in 2022, not long after I got my Ohulu markers. And a lot of them were drying out during this time because, again, I bought them from Amazon. I'm just glad Ohulu ended up replacing them. So yeah, it was fun though. Josh Dunbar, this is one of the 2 of his that I finished, because I think those were the only 2 I bought of his. Because this was back when he was working for Jade Summer along with Alexandra. And I did some in pencil, but then I realized how much it was hurting my wrist trying to color pencil. Especially when I was doing big pictures like that, because that was back when I got my Prisma and Castle pencils. I kid you not. Now they just sit in my little trunk that I have everything in. I barely use them anymore. That was another pencils, markers, pencil, marker, markers. So yeah, it was a fun book. I know he's got more than that on his Amazon page. And since him and Alexandra don't work for Jade Summer anymore, they've started their own group and they've been making their own books. So now it's Modern Witches by Coco Waiko. This one I had done in the fall of 2022. Trying to learn shading and chasing ink again. I don't think this book's available anymore either. I think it's one they yanked and they've never brought it back. If I could color it again, I would. But I know I have other witch books that I can color. So. But that was Modern Witches. This is Josh again. The 80s New Wave adult coloring book. And he called it The Totally Outrageous Book by Josh Dunbar. I absolutely adore this book. There is some pictures in the back I didn't color at all because they were grayscale. And I colored one in the grayscale just to see how much time it would take me to color that one versus coloring it from scratch. And this one took me at least 2-3 hours to do, where this one only took me 20 minutes. So grayscale has never appealed to me, so I just don't do it. But since it's 80s, I had to do Swift Wind. I had to do these little guys. And this wasn't long after I got my Ohulu markers. And you gotta love the Misfits on the back. This one I tried to color the same as the front, just bolder and brighter because of the colors. Just totally 80s. Gem and the Holograms. I mean, the Misfits from Gem and the Holograms. So, I was in grade school in the 80s and high school in the 90s. But you still never forget the 80s. So, Canada, where I grew up, we always grew up, even though it was the mid-90s, we still, Coco Waiko, Easy Winter, we still ended up still living the 80s. Oh, I see some oxidation. That took a while, because this one was back in 2022 as well. It seems like a few might have oxidized. But it happens. It's been almost 4 years, and it's been on a shelf, so I mean, I'm not mad. It only happened on a few pictures. I'm not mad though. And then Weird Couple by Coco Waiko. This is one I did in 2023, 2022. again, where I was jumping around, and I decided to go back and just focus on this one. I have a few more of their weird books like this. They sit at the bottom of my coloring stack, mainly because after I colored this one, I was not much of a fan of the black background and how they did it, because especially with some of the shading and stuff, because it bled off onto my alcohol markers, and I was really mad. So after I finished it, I just put the other books like this in the bottom of my stack, and I haven't touched them again. So, but that is all the books I have finished in the last, like, say, I think 3 years. If you sat through all 3 of the videos that are around 16 to 17 minutes long, I thank you. But somebody had requested me to show all my coloring books I've finished, so I thought I'd take the request and do it. So I hope you enjoyed the videos and you enjoyed all the coloring and coloring videos. Hopefully some of these books that are still around you can purchase and enjoy them as much as I did. One book I am getting close to finishing is this one, oh my god, Cats by Coco Waiko. I'm not sure if it's available anymore, but I colored all the backgrounds and left the cats white, and now I'm going back through and coloring the cats just for something different, and I'm not coloring them normal cat colors. I did a first part to this video after I colored every single page, and I had done that, I think it was, can't remember if I wrote it down. It might have been 2023 or 2024, I can't remember, but I'd have to look at the video in my videos on YouTube to see when I did the first flip through. But I had to let it dry completely and press it because it had curled. And now, like, say I'm going back, I'm not sure if I'm going to do patterns on the cats or not, or if I'm just going to color them a color and be done with it. So I've been kind of working on that one on and off. And I also colored, hi Raymond, 2 pictures in this one, Cozy Bedroom with Cats. It's Southern Lotus book. I think it was either, there's that one, and I don't think I colored another one. I think that was the only one I colored because it was so much detail I had to take a break and cook some food. But anyway, we're over the 18-minute mark. Raymond says hello, and it's 15 minutes before their dinner time. So I need to get off here and upload these videos. And I hope you guys enjoyed them and didn't mind me rambling while I was talking about them. So take care, everybody. And hopefully later this afternoon I can do another video for you guys. Maybe a coloring video or something. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's supposed to storm, so...